welcome to Leadership with Purpose. Today we're diving deep into something pretty crucial, especially these days. We're talking about resilience and adaptability, particularly for leaders out there.
Oh, yeah. This is the stuff that can make or break you, especially in today's world.
You got it.
Yeah.
And luckily, we've got a ton of great material to pull from, so we're going to unpack not just what these qualities are, but also why they're so important for leaders and how you can actually start building them.
Absolutely. We're talking practical steps, real-world applications.
So right off the bat, one thing that keeps popping up in our research: the world is changing fast. It feels like every day there's a new challenge, a new disruption. I mean, think about it. Economic swings, tech innovations that come out of nowhere, intense competition, all that, plus the unexpected curveballs life throws at you.
It's like a constant state of flux. You can't just sit back and expect things to stay the same.
Exactly. And that's where resilience and adaptability come in. Those are the qualities that help not just survive, but actually thrive in this kind of environment.
They're not just nice to haves anymore, they're essential.
Okay, so let's break it down. What exactly do we mean by resilience?
Well, at its core, resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. You get knocked down, you get back up, you learn from what happened, and you keep going, even when things get tough.
It's kind of like having that inner strength, that ability to keep pushing forward.
Exactly. And it's not just for individuals either. Teams and entire organizations need resilience to navigate these challenges.
Makes sense. Yeah, how about adaptability? How does that fit in?
Adaptability is all about being flexible, being able to adjust to new situations and environments. You got to be open to change, willing to learn new things and figure out new ways of doing things.
It's almost like having a mental agility, being able to shift gears when needed.
Exactly. And for leaders, adaptability also means being able to guide their teams through those changes, helping them embrace new ways of working.
Because, let's face it, change can be uncomfortable for a lot of people. Okay, so we've got a handle on what these qualities are, but why are they so important for leaders specifically?
Well, think about it. Leaders are the ones making decisions, setting the tone, guiding their teams. When things are uncertain, and let's be honest, they often are, resilient leaders can still make those tough calls. They can inspire confidence in their people, and they can project a sense of stability even when the ground feels shaky.
They're like the anchor in the storm.
Exactly. And then there are the obstacles, right? Those unexpected roadblocks that pop up in any project, any endeavor. A resilient leader doesn't just see those as failures.
They see them as opportunities.
Right. They ask, what can we learn from this? How can we adjust and come out stronger? It's that mindset that helps the whole team bounce back and keep moving forward.
You know what else I was thinking about? This whole idea of adaptability being closely tied to innovation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. If you're a leader who embraces change, who encourages experimentation, even if it means things don't always go perfectly, you're creating a culture where new ideas can actually take root and grow.
It's about being open to those new possibilities and encouraging your team to explore them too. And honestly, if you're stuck in your ways, resistant to change, innovation is pretty much dead in the water.
Right, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
And, when you have teams that are both resilient and adaptable, you can really see the difference in their performance.
Oh, yeah. They're better under pressure, they solve problems more effectively, they hit their goals even when things get tough. It's night and day.
It's like they have this extra layer of strength and flexibility that helps them navigate all the ups and downs.
Precisely. And those difficult times, those setbacks, well, they can actually be incredible opportunities for growth.
I've definitely learned some of my biggest lessons from those tough experiences.
Exactly. Leaders who foster resilience and adaptability in their teams help their people learn from those challenges and come out stronger on the other side.
It's not about avoiding the tough stuff. It's about learning to navigate it and grow from it.
You got it. And when you zoom out to the big picture, resilience and adaptability are even more important. I mean, in a world that's constantly changing, organizations that can't adapt, that can't keep up, they're simply not going to make it.
It's like survival of the fittest, but for businesses and organizations.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about why resilience and adaptability are so crucial. Now let's get into the how. How can leaders actually build these qualities in themselves and their teams?
Well, one of the most important things is promoting what's called a growth mindset.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
It's basically the belief that our abilities aren't fixed. They can be developed through effort and learning.
So it's not just about being born with talent. It's about being willing to put in the work and grow.
Exactly. And leaders can really foster this mindset by praising effort and progress, by giving feedback that focuses on learning and development, and by framing challenges as opportunities to learn, not as signs of failure.
So it's about creating a culture where people aren't afraid to try new things, to push themselves, even if they don't always get it right the first time.
Absolutely. And to build on that, encouraging continuous learning and development is huge.
Yeah, investing in training and development is crucial.
It's not just about saying it's important, it's about actually providing those opportunities, both for technical skills and for those essential soft skills like problem solving, critical thinking, and clear communication.
Because those soft skills are what really help people adapt to new situations and navigate challenges effectively.
Absolutely.
Now, and another thing that really stood out to me from our research is the importance of open communication.
Oh, that's foundational. You can't have resilience without it.
Because if people are afraid to speak up, to share their concerns, to ask questions, then problems can fester and grow, and it becomes that much harder to bounce back.
Right. So leaders need to foster trust, create a safe space for people to share their ideas, and be transparent about what's going on, especially during times of change. Think about it. If a team member feels comfortable admitting they made a mistake early on, you can course correct much faster than if they try to hide it.
And I think it's also really important to build strong relationships within the team.
Oh, yeah. Having that support network is crucial.
Because when people feel connected to each other, they're more likely to help each other out, to offer support during tough times, and to celebrate successes together.
It makes a huge difference.
And something else that I think is really powerful is giving people a sense of ownership and control over their work.
You mean empowerment?
Exactly. And it shows that you trust them, which can be incredibly motivating.
Right.
Now, another thing that struck me from our research was the importance of celebrating successes and learning from failures.
Yes. Acknowledging those wins, no matter how small, is so important for building morale and confidence.
It's like giving people that positive reinforcement, that boost of energy to keep going.
And then on the flip side, when things don't go as planned, it's about creating a culture where failure is seen as a learning opportunity, not a reason to punish or blame.
Because everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
It's about how you learn and grow from them.
Exactly.
On a practical level, it's also important to make sure that teams have the resources and support they need to navigate challenges effectively.
That's essential. I mean, things like mentorship programs, coaching opportunities, even access to counseling services can make a huge difference.
And let's not forget the basics. Making sure people have the right information and tools to do their jobs well, especially when they're facing new and complex situations.
Yeah. You can't expect people to be resilient and adaptable if they don't have the resources they need.
Absolutely. Now, one thing that often gets overlooked but is so important is self-care.
Oh, that's a big one.
Because resilience isn't something you can just turn on and off. It's a resource that needs to be replenished.
Like a muscle that needs rest and recovery.
Exactly. So leaders need to encourage practices that support well-being. Things like stress management techniques, mindfulness, and that all-important work-life balance. I think it's really helpful when leaders actually model those behaviors themselves.
Oh, leading by example is so powerful.
Mhm.
When you prioritize your own well-being, you send a clear message to your team that it's okay for them to do the same.
And speaking of leading by example, I think one of the most powerful things a leader can do is to model resilience and adaptability themselves.
Oh, yeah, actions speak louder than words. When you show your team that you can handle setbacks, that you're open to change, that you're constantly learning and growing, that sets the tone for the whole organization.
You're showing them that it's not just something you talk about, it's something you actually embody.
Exactly.
Now, if leaders really focus on these areas, building that growth mindset, fostering open communication, modeling those key behaviors, the benefits are huge.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking increased productivity, improved employee well-being, more innovation, a stronger organizational culture overall. And ultimately, all of that leads to sustainable success.
Because in today's world, being able to adapt, to learn, and to bounce back from challenges, those are the keys to not just surviving, but thriving.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So as we wrap up our deep dive today, we really want you to walk away with one key question to ponder. Thinking about everything we've discussed, what's one specific action you can take this week to either build your own resilience or to foster resilience within your team?
It could be a small step, it could be a big change. The important thing is to take action.
And if you found this deep dive into leadership with purpose valuable, please take a moment to like this episode and subscribe to the channel. Your support means the world to us.
And it helps us keep bringing you more insights like this.
Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Leadership with Purpose.